my Hoobie Fruits, it is I, Sarah, hosting the Kawaii Slutty Bartfest, and I am here to talk about a show that just dropped last night, American Horror Story Apocalypse. You may have heard of it, you may have not. I am here to talk all about it. This video will contain spoilers for the entirety of the seasons. That will be 1 through 7, and 8, the current season, which is subtitled Apocalypse. I think I said that. Oh well. Well, anyway, so this starts off with a bang, quite literally. People are in a hair salon. They're warned that the ballistic missiles are about to hit down. They go to a plane. There's another family. This is just like a really quick basic recap, and it turns out that their son registered with an ancestry site, and he has super awesome DNA, so he's carted off to like a compound or something, and he meets a girl who apparently also has super awesome DNA, but she was in jail, so they took her while she was sleeping and carted her away. And then all these people on the plane and the compound are kind of smushed together into this mysterious underground bunker thing run by two very bad women. One was named Mildred? Miriam? I think it was Miriam. And then Wilhelmina Venable. I mean, how can you forget a name like that? I gotta give him props, because I'm not clear on a lot of these names, but that one stuck with me. So, it turns out that they're part of this military organization called the Cooperative, who is taking the best and brightest. And isn't it comforting to know that in an apocalyptic dystopia, bigotry is still a thing? No? Yeah, me neither. So they're divided into the grays and the purples, and the purples are obviously the royalty, and the gray, like every dystopian thing ever, are like the lower class. And here's the weird thing, because when it shows them, there are people like cleaning, but later on it only shows like our main characters, so I don't know, did they die? I think I might have missed something. Because there were actually people there, or maybe they were all eaten. I don't know, but I'll get to cannibalism later, I promise. So, basically they're stuck in this bunker. Things happen. A romance blooms, even though they're told not to have sex for some reason, and I'm gonna guess that that's because there's not a lot of things to take care of a baby and for like prenatal care, because that's the only reason that makes sense. Because if you get people who are supposed to be the crap of the crap, like with regards to DNA, then wouldn't you want them to reproduce? Wouldn't you actually make sure that there were supplies, you know, to actually carry on the human race? I mean, unless you were like had some way of making people immortal. But, anyway, it turns out that Wilhelmina and Miriam or Mildred are not supposed to be there. Actually, apparently they weren't supposed to be purples at all, but somehow they had clothes that fit them perfectly. Again, I might have missed something. If I did, please feel free to leave a comment and correct me. But anyway, so they end up pretending that some dude's irradiated and they kill him. I kind of got the feeling so that Miriam could take his spot and eat the food, but then it seemed like they were just doing it for shits and giggles, which is really strange. But anyway, Timothy, the college dude with the super awesome DNA, and the girl with the DNA are like falling in love, and they're stealing kisses even though they're not supposed to, and it's very possible that that could get them killed. And then comes in Lestat de Pontelac, or however you pronounce his last name. Okay, it's really Michael Harmon, who you may remember is the Antichrist baby from the first season. Yeah, he's not scary. I mean, maybe he's not supposed to be. Like, I get the feeling that he's supposed to be kind of eerie and intimidating, but, like, I was distracted by his eyeshadow. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. And honestly, this first episode, not really that impressed, and that sounds like a bad thing, but it's really not, because so many times in the show, it started off so well, and it's like, yes, I am totally into this, and then it kind of petered out by the half the season, and you're like, nah, whatever. And years later, you finish it, and it's like, yeah, that was better than I thought it would be, but still not the greatest. So basically, this is giving the show room to grow and to actually get exciting. Honestly, there aren't really any characters that, like, I care about. Like, in Murder House, I was kind of interested in Violet. She was kind of weird, though. You know, and apparently the actress who plays Violet is going to be in this season, because it is a crossover between Murder House and Coven, which is really interesting, because that means that people are going to play dual roles again, and that's always fun. Will they play against each other, like, Orphan Black style? That could be also cool. So anyway, at the very end, Michael Harmon, and basically says, well, I've come to take the best of the best to a place. It's supposed to have supplies that last for 10 years, which seems a lot more practical than having only one for a year and a half and expecting everything to be okay, but I don't know. So, I hope it gets better. I really do. Because, I was excited when I heard about the plot. But, I don't know. I'm kind of like, meh. I'd give this one a C, but if it improves, then that's a great way to start the season, like with kind of lowered expectations, and then kind of bring them up. But anyway, those are my thoughts about American Horror Story Apocalypse: The End. Do you have any thoughts on this? Like, any theories? Please leave a comment. And if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit that cute little thumbs up, and that feel free to boop that luscious little bell icon so you get videos whenever I upload them. And have a happy day. Keep it fruity. Bye.